We're going to bring in Jay Powell. Just last week, he briefed House Republicans about the consequences of not raising the debt ceiling. He says time is running out. Lawmakers must act by Friday. Jay is a visiting scholar at the Bipartisan Policy Center. He served as undersecretary of the Treasury for President George H.W. Bush. He is joining us now this morning from D.C. Thanks so much, Jay, for being with us. This question of time that Peter just alluded to, how impossible is the situation that we're currently in?
Well, impossible is impossible, and there are no degrees of impossibility. We're effectively out of time. This plan the Gang of Six plan is the one that we've been waiting for. This is the big solution. This, is exactly what we've needed, and it's too bad that we didn't start this work in this manner back in October when Bowles-Simpson released their plan. This is quite similar to that, but there's literally no chance this could be agreed and enacted on August 2. So we need more time. We need somehow to find a way to raise the debt ceiling by August 2, and then hopefully consider this over time.
You briefed House Republicans last week. What was the feedback that you got? Does everybody understand how dire this is?
So I give a factual briefing about the way the debt ceiling works, which is really to say that if we don't raise the debt ceiling, certain consequences will happen, and they just will happen. There's no Democratic or Republican version of the facts, and I do that. And I would say broadly that my briefing is received in that spirit. I don't try to give the caucus tactical or political advice.
No tactical, no political advice, but you can sense tone, Jay. Does everybody understand? Is everybody on the same page?
It's very clear the leadership understands, and I sense that there's a lot of very careful listening going on in the caucus.
Good to know, because there's the problem of time, and then there's the problem of methodology. This idea that committee chairmen are going to decide where to cut. I mean, is that the right way to go about this?
Well, look, it would work. I mean, at this point, we need to find a plan that can pass and execute it, and that's a perfectly acceptable way to do it. The point is, this plan would take months, not weeks, to write up in legislation, and then it would take 6 to 12 months to execute. So this is not something that can be done by August 2. I think, at this point, we can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. This is a workable, bipartisan plan. It's got the support of 3 solid, conservative Republican senators in the Gang of Six. And, it beats nothing. At this point, we've got to put an answer down, or the time's going to expire.
Jay, a very clear message. It beats nothing. Thanks so much for joining us. Jay Powell, a visiting scholar at the Bipartisan Policy Center, former undersecretary of the Treasury of Finance under President George Bush.